welcome back to the Falkirk Football Programme Live with me, Andy Thompson. Lewis Connolly in the commentary positions, and of course Russell Crowe behind the main camera. And we do have a camera behind the away, in beside the away support, so we'll be able to show you both angles. Let me give you a rundown of the teams. Falkirk lineup: number 1, Michael McGovern; 3, Stephen Kingsley; 6, Will Vault; 7, Mark Beck; 8, Blair Alston; 10, Craig Sibbald; 11, Conor McGrandles; 33, Rory Loy; 34, David McCracken; 35, Mark Miller; 36, Joe Chalmers. So John McKendrick just checks his watch. Off we go. Mark Miller plays it out to Joe Chalmers. Had a fine game against Dumbarton in midweek. He sends it back to Stephen Kingsley. Kingsley back to Chalmers. Chalmers steps away, doesn't go put the ball. Stand side assistant said it. The near side assistant said it had gone out, so it's a throw in to Dundee. Played down the line to James McAllister. Played inside to McDonald. Taken away from him though. Miller though, short. McDonald gets away. Miller quickly on top of him, gives away a free kick. Well, Matt Miller shot with a pass back. Well, the big men in there. McDonald tries to play it to the near post. Dips well past up. Easy one for Michael McGovern. So McDonald decided to go for it. So his body shape said that. Mark Beck on the edge of the 6-yard box. Carries it short to Chalmers. Now Joe Chalmers. Cross, great cross from Chalmers. Oh, just flicked away. Alston waits. Sibbald flicks the ball forward. Easy one though for Kyle Letherin to pick up. Cummings gets it wide to Dyer. Plays into the centre for Beattie. Cummings is it. Chalmers is there. Sibbald loses out. Now it's with Boyle. Comes inside Sibbald. Ray gives it out to Irvin. Irvin, chance to square up. Sends it to the back post. Headed back forward. Booted up in the air by McCracken. Headed away by Chalmers. Now Sibbald. Again, missed kick from Craig Sibbald. Well, series of missed kicks here. Putting Falkirk under all sorts of pressure. McAllister gets it down the line. Ball again played to the back post. Beattie waits. Gets his head into the centre. Headed clear by McCracken, only as far as Irvin. And Boyle. Chance to cross in again. This time McGovern tips it over. Well, pressure really caused by ourselves, Lewis.
And there just seem to be 2 or 3 occasions in the game already we've been caught napping, switching off at throw-ins and free kicks. It's not like us. Big Dundee crowd roaring their team on, but you know what, look a bit caught in the headlights at the moment.
First corner of the game to Dundee. James McAllister. All 4 players on the edge of the 18-yard box, so you can imagine them splitting all over the place. Indeed they do. Peels to the back, one goes to the front. Played in. Cleared off the line. McDonald stood on his own. Half cleared. Now Kingsley gets it clear. Well, obviously a training ground move. Everybody fooled everybody else. McDonald at the back post, headed it down. Cleared off the line by Joe Chalmers, then eventually cleared by Stephen Kingsley. Tim McMiller's shot. Sibbald ahead of him, as is Rory Loy. Sibbald comes. Loy down the line, sends it down the line to Loy. Gets it in Loy from an impossible angle. Now Sibbald. Hack clear. McGrandles. Steps away but into trouble. And Davison knocks it along to Beattie. Closed down by Kingsley. Kingsley does well, but Beattie eventually gets it wide. Miller goes across. Volks is there. Mark Miller. Again a poor touch for Miller. But Alston does well. Clear the ball away. A good play from Falkirk, but good play also from Dundee. Tried to break quickly. To Gray again. Cummings closed down. Now a chance for Falkirk to break. Rory Loy inside of McGrandles. Loy goes on himself. Turns inside Davidson. Half tumbles again. Gets the ball back to Alston. Alston plays it through behind Beck though. A good break from Falkirk. Good closing down in the first instance. Beck. Chalmers does well. It's away from McDonald. Plays inside to Miller. Play through to Alston. Allowed to turn. Played wide to Rory Loy on this near side. Now Roy up towards Irvin. Takes outside Irvin. Cuts it back. Not clear though. Boyle into midfield to Mark Miller. Shoots. Oh, it spins off a Dundee player. Good play for the Bears, Lewis.
Yeah, it's a bit more like it, Andy. Some good play by Rory Loy down left hand side there. Left Irvin for dead completely. Not a bad shot either.
Again, 2 men up for Dundee. Boyle and Beattie, so that means 3 back for Falkirk. Miller. Put the ball into the box. Headed in by Beck! A goal by Mark Beck! Great ball by Mark Miller. Come off the near post by Mark Beck and flicked it into the back of the net. So after 18 minutes, it's Dundee 0, Falkirk 1.
Decent goal, Andy. Second goal for the big target man, adding to his goal against Hamilton. It's a great start for Falkirk. First 10 minutes, Dundee had us on the ropes, it looked like. Weathered the storm, came out. It's exactly the response we wanted. Well done, guys.
Played into the centre. McDonald gets his set it, but McCracken's there first. McDonald again, back to McAllister. Oh, cleared down by Lloyd, gets his head to it. Does well, Rory Lloyd. Takes it away. Takes on Gallagher. Steps away from. Yeah, good play from Lloyd. McGrandles. Headed forward by Davidson to Beattie. But Beattie's away from McCracken. Good save by McGovern. Cleared there by Volks. Dyer takes on Alston. Alston does well though. Halts progress. Referee says the free kick. Well, great save from Michael McGovern.
Yeah, Andy, Dundee have now had one cleared off the line, and great save by Michael again.
Behind Gallagher. Easy one though for the big young centre half. Played into midfield to Davidson. Again closed down quickly though. Sybil knocks it forward. We'll just roll out. Mark Miller unable to get there. Good play from Mark Miller. And aim towards Beck. Gets his head to it this time. Oh, he can't quite get on top of it though. And booted behind by. Oh, booted behind there by Cummings. Scored from the last corner, of course. This time Mark Beck on this penalty spot. Whipped in by Miller. McCandles can't quite get to it, but it's back out to Mark Miller. Not back in by Miller. This time Gavin Ray misheads it, only as far as Rory Lloyd. Chalmers goes on the run. Lloyd comes inside. Beat to the ball though by Declan Gallagher. Gallagher again does well. Knocks it in behind for Boyle to chase. 3 on 2. Alston chases him back. Boyle squares it. Beattie straight at Michael McGovern. Down the line. Beck gets his head to it. Nods it inside. Grandal's beaten to the ball though. Sybil picks up the loose ball. Oh, again Sybil had time to bring it down. Opts to knock it long. Gallagher wins the ball. Miller nods it forward. Beck drops for Lloyd. Now it's back to Alston. Falkirk a bit narrow in the midfield, but Beck gets it. Plays it through to Lloyd. Tries to come inside Gallagher. Gets a second chance at it. Skits at the edge of the area. Sybil, shot blocked. Drops the edge of the area. Alston. Again shot blocked. Well, carnage at the back there for Dundee. Kingsley, great control to Chalmers. Plays outside to Miller. Back to McCracken. Now McGrandles. Miller again. Knocked forward, but an easy one for Cummings to knock forward. Beattie gets it wide to Ray. Play through to Beattie. Again closed down quickly though. Beattie straight through the middle. McGrandles is there. Boyle again. Goes wide. Sybil steps in. No good play from Sybil. Now Chalmers. Play down the line towards Beck. Does well. Holds the ball in. Tries to get it to Lloyd. Yeah, Lloyd bundled in the back there by Cummings. Good play by Rory Lloyd. Knew exactly what was coming. Gallagher aims a diagonal ball out to that far side. Brought down by McAllister. Beattie wide. Gives it back to Dyer. Back to McAllister again. Volks got out of position. Whipped in. Good play by Joe Chalmers. So it's going to be James McAllister again. The peel off. This time it's knocked short to Davidson. Ball played in. Headed behind. Driven wide. Well, what a chance that was. Carnage in the Falkirk penalty area. Mark Miller knocked it down. How did we keep that one out?
Honestly, Andy, no idea. It's a third or fourth really good opportunity Dundee have had. Between a combination of poor finishing and Michael McGovern. We're still in the game though and still in the lead.
He's all the experience, Craig Beattie. Cracken squares it to Kingsley. Into midfield to Sybil. Played in behind for Chalmers. Chalmers does well, sucks Irvin in. Now Joe Chalmers. Square it goes to Lloyd. Driven just past the far post by Rory Lloyd. It was a corner. Great play by Falkirk and Chalmers in particular.
He did really well there, Joe. Andy just wished that had been on Rory's stronger foot. You could see him trying to manipulate it onto his right foot, but good pressure from the Dundee defence.
Play through to. Oh, good. Miller. Miller brings down Craig Beattie there. So, free kick to Dundee. Plays the ball in again. Woeful free kick from Adam Cummings. Holds his head in absolute disbelief. McDonald to chase, but Kingsley's there. McDonald up. Turns away. So back to Davison. Whips the ball into the penalty spot. Headed clear though by Volks. Clash of heads there in the penalty area. Good clearance, brave clearance there by Will Volks. There's Jim McAllister at the other player. Clash of heads in the penalty area. Again, they've robbed of the ball up. Boyle gets away from Mark Miller, gets to the byline. Edge of the area. Headed over the top by Pete McDonald. Conroy runs the ball out. Well, great ball in. Boyle did well, but again, Falkirk caught. Easy one for headed down, but Chalmers is there. Flicks it forward. Loy. Good control, gives it to Sibbald. Flick forward to Beck. Holds the ball up. Uses Chalmers. Comes off Chalmers though. And Beck does well. Steps in. Kingsley nods the ball down. Yeah, free kick for Beattie, just barging into Stephen Kingsley. No eye on the ball. Towards Mark Beck. Beaten in there though by, yeah, again barges into Declan Gallagher. Aim towards Beck. This time he does get his head to it. Drops behind Loy. Irvin clears into midfield. Davidson wins it. Chalmers heads it back forward. Nodded down. Played wide. Now Mark Miller. Penalty to Falkirk. Well, good play by Mark Miller. Took a touch. Went past Davidson. Pulled down. Penalty to Falkirk. Right decision, Lewis.
Absolute stonewall penalty, Andy. See, there's no protest from Ian Davison whatsoever.
So Mark Miller against Kyle Letheran. Gets saved by Letheran. So it's a second penalty in a row that Miller's missed. Well, I don't think he'll be on the penalties anymore.
No, missed two in a row, Andy. That is a monumentous moment in this game. You can hear the enormous roar of the Dundee fans underneath us. They know it as well.
Now I'll give Dundee a real lift, but there's a corner. Mark Miller will take the corner. Float it to the near post. Headed clear. Taken away from Alston. McDonald turns away again. Plays the ball through the middle. Kingsley's there. Volks. Wide to Mark Miller. Now Mark Miller. Loy wants it played behind. Played in behind for Rory Loy. Turns away. Chipped into the middle. Just missed the far post by Rory Loy. Beck couldn't quite get his head on it. It's a bye kick to Dundee. Well, that really will lift. This time Blair Alston down. Well, how many penalties that we've missed this season?
I can think of at least three, and they were certainly not making the most of them. And you've got to imagine that Rory Loy will be staking a claim for the next one.
So it'll be taken by Ryan Conroy. Corner to Dundee, first of the second half. Floated in. Beck beaten in the air. Held by Michael McGovern on the goal line. It's down for Cummings. Plays it back in. McDonald waits. Kingsley wins the ball. Drops for Blair Alston. Now Alston, chance to take it forward. Lloyd down the line. Played in behind. Lloyd gets there ahead of Cummings. Takes it away. Now Rory Loy looking for company in the box. Good play by Loy. Holds on to it. Grandos flicks it forward. It's headed behind for a corner for Falkirk. So Craig Beattie goes off to be replaced by Christian Nadi, and Blair Alston goes off to be replaced by Luke Leahy. Gets it wide to Irvin. Irvin takes on Sibbald. Plays the ball to the far post. Held though by Michael McGovern under pressure. Good save by the goalkeeper. Beck. Nods it down to Leahy. Flicks it on to Loy. Again, Loy want to do it all on his own. And takes on Cummings. Good play from Loy. Takes it away from Dyer. Corner to Falkirk. Well, by kick says the referee. I thought the linesman gave us a corner, but again, good play from Rory Loy. Loy to bring it under control. Gets it back to Irvin. Picks out Boyle. Loy to turn. Good run from Boyle. Foul by Craig Sibbald rather than Joe Chalmers. So Nadi and Gallagher both offside, but I'm sure they'll find themselves on it. Whipped in by Conroy. Oh, well, peeled off at the back post. Well, Dundee's certainly got a lift from the missed penalty because of an almost constant attack. Over again, looking for options, gives it to Boyle, gets it back. Comes inside, gives it back to Boyle. Floated in. Headed forward, but cleared. Well, as far as Davison, wide it goes to Conroy. Nicky Riley. Up against Leahy, steps in. McGrandles is there. Riley floats it to the back post. Easily held though by Michael McGovern. Looking for the big men. Falkirk hold a high line. Letherin floats it towards Nadi. Nods it down. Well, it looked like a handball, but none of the Dundee players were complaining, so this time Kingsley gets his head to it. Irvine with Sibbald. McCracken just clears it long. Beck waits. It's a ball bounce. Does well though, Beck. Plays it back to Luke Leahy. Leahy caught by Riley though. Really was poor by Luke Leahy. Waited too long. Must have known there was a Dundee player. Now Riley comes inside. Plays it square to Conroy. Now Gary Irvine. Floats it back in. Headed cleared by Volks. Conroy again, wide to Dyer. Play to the back post. Nadi knocks it down. So Chalmers does well. Then Sybil brought down by Irvine. That'll be a yellow card. Kingsley. Played in midfield. Now Conor McGrandles. Floated through for Loy. Does well, Rory Loy. Takes on Gallagher, but Gallagher does well. Dyer plays the ball out. So it'll be Ollie Durajai coming on, I think, for Conor McGrandles. Don't know who's going off, but Flynn's coming on. Loy going off. Knocked wide to Boyle on that far side. Cross goes Joe Chalmers. Chalmers comes inside. Steps away from Miller. Uses Conroy. Turns away from Durajai. And blasts it high and wide as Ryan Conroy. Boyle back to Irvine. Nadi chested down to Boyle. Tries to take on. Oh, good play again from Chalmers. Back it goes to Irvine. Played in by Irvine. Clear free kick. Absolutely no doubt in the world about that being a free kick. Absolutely no doubt. Michael McGovern had the ball in his hands, bundled into the back of the net by Gallagher. No question of that being a free kick. And played forward wide to Nadi. Again Kingsley's there, gets the ball to Sybil. Full time here at Dens Park. So fine defensive display by Falkirk. So that means they take 10 points off Dundee, and it was a goal after 18 minutes. And so, is the title race blown wide open? Well, we'll find out, because Falkirk won here today, and a fine victory it was, Lewis.